Zack Wheeler signed a 3-year extension with the Phillies. And a 3-year extension is fine. That's great. And I think it's a terrific decision for both parties. But the reason it's noteworthy and the reason we're bringing it up is it's $126 million, which reduces to a $42 million per season average annual value. That begins in 2025 and pushes him through 3 years that way. That is the reason it's interesting is that's the largest contract extension ever based on average annual value.
It's a lot of money.
Because 3 years, 126, you're like, okay, cool. But if you figure it out, per annum, that's a lot of money.
It is. Well, it's funny because you look at 126, you're like, oh, that's actually kind of a deal. Wait, over 3 years? Oh,
yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That's where it goes. Yeah, that's where it gets twisted.
That's crazy.
So it's the largest. I mean, you wouldn't think a $126 million deal would be the largest in Major League Baseball history, but if you break it down per annum, then it is, and that I think is fabulous.
Well, he's 33 right now.
I was just going to say that he's 33. So to me, that's a little risky for an arm at 33.
He'll be 38, right? Yeah, 30
Yep.
or 37.
37 because it'll start in 2025.
Yeah,
so math is hard and nobody cares. It's fine, Brad.
That's right.
No, it's fine.
You're
right. So good for everybody, but maybe a little risky on the back end of that for 42 unproductive $1 million for one season. I don't know.
We'll it could just be one of those things where they're doing a solid. They want him to retire a Philly, and they're paying him for what he's done.
Maybe, but very few teams do that.
Very few, but it happens.
It does, but where is Joey Votto? Because you'd think
sitting in the car wash.
Yeah, he's sitting in the car wash. He's not playing baseball. He's not
and refusing to put his carts back too.
Yeah. We need a cart narc. Somebody go sign Joey Votto. And if we're going to do a sweetheart deal, if we're going to call Zack Wheeler's 3rd year of his extension a sweetheart deal, then where's Joey Votto's sweetheart deal? Come on now.
You could sign him for the veterans minimum, bring him in, and I'm sure if it doesn't work out, he would understand.
He'd be like, all right, I'll just ride the bench, man. I'll ride the pine. And you know what? You kick me out and give that guy my roster spot. I don't care.
Honestly, it's to the point. I think Joey Votto just wants a chance to get in there, get one more at bat.
Yeah.
I think he just wants to go out on his own terms to some degree and be like, okay, that's it. Because did you hear about this? This is a little bit of a side thing with Joey Votto here, but so he's on Dan Patrick last week, and they were talking to him about his last game, how he got tossed.
Yeah.
And he
in like said he's first inning or second inning.
It was early. And he even said he's like, you can't yell at the umpire from the dugout. He's like, so that was my bad, right?
Yeah.
But so he's like the umpire tossed me. He's like, so I ran out there like, hey, this could be my last game. And he's like, then you should know better. Don't yell at me from the dugout. And he's like,
oh man,
you're right. I'm sorry. And he patted him on the shoulder, and
I saw
that was it.
Yeah. Wow,
like, man, it's a tough way to go out.
That's a really tough way to go.
Yeah, I want him to get one more shot. I really do.
I do,
even
too.
if it's just one more at bat, so that he can or one more game, so he can wave, right?
Yeah.
The Reds need to do him a solid.
I agree. It's a crime they haven't already. Honestly.
Yep.
It makes no sense to me.
Yep.
I'm angry for Joey Votto.